Never felt like I was big enough for somebody to steal my content, but I was sadly mistaken. Your pH is off. Everything about your downstairs area will be off. This was a sponsored video, so I was paid to make this video. You guys did not pay me to post this content. You did not ask my permission to post this content. You need to pay me my coins or delete this advertisement. And after I saw the reviews that this company had, I didn't want my name on that at all.
I lost a lot to get it satisfied. Yeah. Lost a lot to get it satisfied. Yeah. All my brothers real, they riding with me. All my brothers real, they dying with me.
Hey friends, it's Kimera Yvonne. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a story about how a company stole my content to advertise for their company. But before we get into the video, I'm so excited to share with you guys that I have started a new segment on my channel called Ask Kimmy, where you guys get to text me. Yes, you guys get to text me and ask me different questions about anything that's going on in your life, whether your boyfriend's treating you wrong, you have family issues, issues with school, issues with friends, or you just want to talk to me. That's okay too. You guys get to text the number that is on the screen, and it'll always be in the description box down below. It's not my personal number, so don't feel like you get to FaceTime me or call me or anything crazy, but feel free to send me a text to say hey or say hashtag Ask Kimmy to be featured in my next advice video. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I thought this would be a great idea for you guys to get to connect with me on a deeper level and just to create a safe space, honestly, for people who need advice. And now to get right into the story time. So this is a story that happened last week. This is very recent for me, and I just felt like this would be such a great story time for you guys because it's still unbelievable to me. I always hear big YouTubers talk about how their content is stolen to either advertise wigs or, you know, something crazy like that, where their picture is stolen or content is stolen from them and the company didn't ask permission. I always hear about that happening, but I never thought it would happen to me. I never felt like I was big enough for somebody to steal my content, but I was sadly mistaken. About 2 weeks ago, for the past month, people have been DMing me this advertisement on Instagram for a company that is about feminine hygiene, and I was the first person in this ad. And my first instinct was, whoa, my face is fat. My wig looks a hot mess. Like, this video is old as dirt, like so old. So at first I'm like, what is this? And I listened to the video, and it's me basically saying, you know, if your pH is off balance, everything is off balance. Your pH is off, everything about your downstairs area will be off. You guys know I love to talk about feminine hygiene. I've worked with plenty of feminine hygiene companies to share different products, and you know, it's something that I do. So I was kind of like, okay, this is probably a company I did a video for, and I didn't think much of it, honestly, when people sent the advertisement to me, but I did think it was a little odd that they used such an old video of me. When more and more people started sending me this ad, like, Kimera, oh my gosh, this is you. People were sending it in group chats with their friends, like, isn't this Kimera? Like, don't you know her? And I'm like, how many people are seeing this old, ugly, dusty video of me on this YouTube advertisement? So of course I had to go do more investigation, which I should have done from the beginning. I find out that this is a company that I've never heard of. I went on their Instagram account and I saw they only had 3,000 followers. The name of the company wasn't very familiar to me, and I started to scroll through their feed to see like what their feedback was. A lot of people were saying that they had been blocked from the company after they sent their money. A lot of people, it was just some mixed reviews. I'm not gonna say this is a scam company because I don't know, but it looks like it was a scam company. So I'm like, hold on. I go to the video that they had put in their advertisement, and I see that the video was made for a whole nother company. And I'm like, okay, now I know y'all have stolen my content. So I send them a DM on their Instagram account and I'm like, hey, this is me and your advertisement. You did not ask my permission. Like, what's going on? Like, this is me. And I also sent an email to the email that they had listed on the account. In the email, of course, I had to be firm with them because one, this was a sponsored video, so I was paid to make this video. You guys did not pay me to post this content. You did not ask my permission to post this content. You guys have sketchy reviews. I have no idea who y'all are, and all these people that I know are seeing this. I don't want this for my brand at all. So I send them an email and I'm like, okay, y'all got 24 hours to respond to me or things are gonna get a little bit serious and you don't want that. So respond. I go back to their Instagram account and I notice that they also have a number on there. So I'm like, okay, y'all have until tomorrow to respond to me. And lo and behold, no response. But the following day, somebody else sends me the ad and they're like, oh my God, Kimera, look at you in this ad. And I'm like, you just reminded me. So I go to this Instagram account and I call the number and nobody answers. So I look at their hours and it says they're open till 6 p.m. So I'm like, okay, you got 10 more minutes. I call again in 10 minutes and nobody answers. So I'm like, okay, let me look up the area code. The area code says Chicago. So I'm like, it literally said the suburbs of Chicago. And I'm like, I don't have time. Like, I don't have time to be arguing with nobody on the phone. I don't have time. So I called them for a third time and I finally get through. I finally get an answer. And when they answer the phone, I just hear so much commotion going on in the background. It just sounds like they got a whole lot going on. So the girl answers the phone and she's like, hi, this is Ebony. Welcome to so-and-so. And I'm like, hi, Ebony. I'm Yvonne. Like, can I speak to whoever's in charge of your social media, marketing? I need to speak to somebody in charge. And she's like, well, like, what's your issue? And I'm like, well, to put it simple, you guys have stolen my content and put it in an advertisement and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. So she's like, well, what ad are you in? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've never heard of you guys, but if you guys know anything about Instagram, you can pay to post ads. So it's the ad that is posted like in between stories that people watch. So it's a paid ad. Like, you guys paid for this ad. I don't know nothing about your company. I don't know how many ads you have. I don't know what ad I'm in. I just know people keep sending it to me and my face is in it and I don't like that. So she keeps asking me what ad, what ad, what ad, and I'm like, Ebony, I don't know what ad it is. And I'm starting to get a little agitated because I'm like, I have every right to sue your butt cheeks off and you're talking to me like I'm the problem. Like, I don't understand. So she's like, well, what ad are you in? And I'm like, Lord, why did it have to be the suburbs of Chicago? Like, why? Because I already knew when I called them that I was probably gonna have to argue my way through this. So she's like, okay. She puts me on a hold and another woman comes to the phone and she's like, hi, like, what's your issue? And I'm like, well, hi, I'm Yvonne. I'm a YouTuber and a lot of people have been sending me your advertisement. I've never worked with your company before and you guys basically stole my content and I just want it removed. That's that. I just want it removed. So she's like, we've stolen your content? And I'm like, yes, you stole my content. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about copyright and all of that, but it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of back and forth behind that. But basically, she was saying that they probably reached out to who paid for the video and asked if they could use a snippet of my video because they paid for it. Just because you pay for a video, that does not give you rights to the video, especially when my face is in it. Like, that's like you saying I'm property and you just went through them. You have to come to me. It's my video. I made the content. You can't say, oh, hey, let's use bigger companies to make this easy. That's like Honey Pot reaching out to Summer's Eve because Summer's Eve paid for the video, saying, oh, hey, Summer's Eve, can we post this video that Kimera did for you guys for the Honey Pot? You can't do that. you can't do that. You have to come to Kimera Yvonne because it's my content, it's my video. So I'm just listening to her talk like, okay, you obviously don't know anything about copyright and you're just trying to get off easy. So she's like, you know, we're gonna try and reach out to the company. She's asking me the name of the company that the video was for, and she's like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this and I'm gonna reach out to them to see if they gave permission. And I'm still explaining to her like, ma'am, it doesn't matter what they said, it's up to me and it's up to what I said. You need to pay me my coins or delete this advertisement. And after I saw the reviews that this company had, I didn't want my name on that at all. So I was like, I don't want any coins. I don't want you to pay my fee. Just delete it and that'll be the end of it. Just delete it. So she gives me an email to send the screenshot of the advertisement to, which I thought was her, but it turned out to be somebody else. So I send this email to them, and a couple minutes later I get a call from a blocked number, and she's like, hi, this is so and so, you just called, I heard you were very upset. And I'm like, who is this? Like, who am I talking to? Because for one, like, you blocked your number. So I'm like, who are you? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm so and so, you sent me the email. And I'm like, not ringing a bell, who are you? And she's like, oh, you were speaking to somebody else, I am the actual head of marketing. So I'm like, okay, like now I'm very confused at this point because who was I talking to? So I have to explain the situation all over again to her, and she didn't say any of that filth about reaching out to the company because she knew it's illegal. She knew that they had no right to do that. So I explained everything to her again, and she's basically like, you know, I'm so sorry this has happened. And she's like, well, do you have a fee? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but at this point I just want the video taken down. Like, it's been so much back and forth with you. And I let her know when Ebony answered the phone that she was very nasty with me. I said, if Ebony was the only person that I spoke to, I definitely would have sued you guys, because she just answered the phone and was so disrespectful for no reason. Like, I just don't understand. So I let her know that I had a very hard time speaking with the people who worked under her because that's just not okay. And she said, you know, like, we'll reach out to our marketing team and figure out what we need to do and get to the bottom of it. So she calls me again in about, girl, cut it out. She called me again in 5 minutes, and she basically says that she had to go off on her social media team because they were the people who put the advertisement together, and they basically went on YouTube and typed in feminine hygiene. My video popped up. They took a snippet of the video without asking, and that's how the advertisement came to be, which is what I figured. But again, you can't do that, and that's very detrimental for my brand and her brand. And you know, I'm a very nice person, so I really didn't want to have to send a nasty email threatening lawyers and all of that. So when I talked to her on the phone, I was like, you know, I really do understand, like, this, you had no idea what was going on in the end of social media, but this is your business and you have to know what's going on your social media pages so that things like this don't happen. And she agreed. She was like, I'm going to be more hands-on with my social media. Like, this is definitely a lesson learned. And I know her marketing team got chewed out because that's just very lazy. Like, my email's in the description box of all of my videos. You could have simply sent me an email. Like, there's so many ways to avoid getting sued, and they didn't try at all. So it's like, what are you paying them for? So I know that she was very upset. And Carson, I know that she was very upset, and I appreciated her getting to the bottom of the situation as quickly as she did. Even though I had to go through Ebony and somebody else on the phone, by the time I got to this woman, we'll call her Miss Terry, by the time I got to Miss Terry on the phone, she was adamant about fixing the issue, and within 30 minutes everything was solved. So that made me really happy. She said that the advertisement will be coming down. I honestly haven't checked back, but now I will. So honestly, this has just been a lesson learned for me that it doesn't matter how small or how big your channel is, anybody can steal your content. I hope none of you guys saw this advertisement, but I feel like you probably did. It has really just opened my eyes to so much. Like, I have no idea how many people saw the advertisement. I don't know how long it was up. I don't know how much money they paid to have it advertised. Like, I really just have no idea, and I still have a lot of unanswered questions about it, but I need to go check and see if it was taken down, because I haven't looked in a couple of days. So nobody else has sent it to me, so hopefully it's been taken down and the issue is really resolved. Come here. Come here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this story time video. It's honestly such a crazy situation, which I would not wish on any social media influencer, but of course I'll tell it for you guys as entertainment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Stop biting me, please. Stop biting me. Stop. That's not nice. We don't bite the people we love.